Good morning, Southern California, AM 1220, KHTS. Your host, Fred Arnold, on the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. I'm joined by my friend, Linda Davies. Linda, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Linda's
Great to be
Executive Director of the Domestic Violence Center here in Santa Clarita Valley.
Yes.
Yep, it's good to see you again.
Yes.
We always see you around town advocating for a better tomorrow for so many.
Yeah.
So many. And we also have a special guest, Nicole Feast. Nicole, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yep, and you're here. You're passionate about helping others.
Yes, sir, I am.
Yeah, tell me about how your passion brought you to the Domestic Violence Center.
Well, when I first relocated here from Houston to Santa Clarita Valley, I wanted to continue to be involved because I was involved back home in Houston. So I said, I'm going to get out there. I'm going to reach out to the community and see where I fit in and help as much as I can. So I started with a couple of nonprofit organizations, and then I met Linda at her first walk right here on Main Street.
Right.
It was a high heel.
It was a high heel.
Yeah.
High heel walk. Yeah.
Yeah, and I met Linda here, and I just became involved ever since to get out there and help the community.
Well, welcome. Welcome to the show. Well, Linda's been on before, and we're going to talk about the Great Escape Gala 2017.
Yeah. You want me to go?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let me
Let's
tell
go
you.
for it.
Okay. So the Great Escape actually is it's a suitcase party in a way. All right, because women and men, any victims of domestic violence, are when we do a safety plan, we talk about the fact that you have to pack a bag, and during that time, you put in all the important pieces that you're going to need to kind of get to shelter and to get to safety. So we've decided to do something called the Great Escape Suitcase Gala, and so people are going to win a trip when they come, and anyone who shows up to our gala, you got to bring a backpack or something with something for the night. Your trip is going to happen later on that you win with your ticket, but what's going to happen is you will then be able to spend the night at the Hyatt so you can party to your heart's content that night and not worry about driving home, okay? But the other cool thing that we did, which Nicole was also very involved with, is that we had 5 local artists interview our clients. And what they did was, on vintage suitcases, they actually told their story through art. And so they're really very moving. And so we're going to also be having an auction that night where each of those vintage suitcases are going to have prizes that are going to be, well, we're not going to tell you what's in every one of them because that's what's going to be the fun about it. But you're going to get either a trip to maybe a weekend at a winery, or you might get a trip to Universal Studios with a night staying at the Sheraton and a frontline passes and different places so they're staycations in a way, some of them, but the big trip that you're going to get outside of the suitcases is going to be a cruise. So that's what it's going to be. So this is the first time that we have done a gala. Like, honestly, Fred, I say to everybody, I'm not a gala kind of girl here. Okay, it's not one of those things. I'm your very, very breakfast person. I'm your, purple walk person and the family events. But, we want to raise awareness to everyone. We want to have an event where we can really talk about hope and about the transformation of lives and about what happens after clients or victims come to us. And their lives do get changed by what it is that we're able to offer them and by the courage that they have when they enter into our doors.
Yeah, when the sun came out this morning, we had some rain and some clouds for, a couple months now.
Yeah.
And I liken it to some of your clients that I'm sure have experienced those rain or the clouds, and they're being very uncomfortable being out in the cold, if you will.
Yes.
And they're able to see the sunshine when they come in.
Yeah, well, that's what they say to us, which is so moving to both of us, what we give them is hope. You know what I mean? That we hear their stories, they're not shamed by their stories anymore, and we give them the resources to move forward. They do it on their own. We just offer those resources, but sometimes what they get up and say is, thanks for just giving us the hope that this can end and then I can have a life free from violence.
Hope, courage. Let's talk about the Great Escape. It's Friday, March 17th.
Yep.
It's coming right up.
Yep, it is.
So it's going to be, where's it going to be held
at? It's at the Hyatt. It's at the Hyatt. That's what I'm saying. This is our first gala at the Hyatt.
Okay, so what are we going to do to make it fun?
Oh, we're going to have fun here. We're going to be dancing.
About fun. Okay.
We're going to have, also, we just recently did public service announcement that teens actually won. So we had 6 teens submit public service announcements, and 2 of them are winning scholarships that are going to be given away that night. So they're going to be seeing, like, the crowd that comes is going to meet those folks, those kids, and they're also going to see those videos. We also, for the first time, are doing a video of our shelter. And also, what's also moving about that is that our shelter shelter advocates are going to tell the story of the most moving client that entered into that shelter and because when we did a video of the shelter, one of the things that brought me to tears actually is that we do a thing in the shelter where everybody who leaves does handprints. And but in the kids' room now, there's more room for the handprints. And so the clients have been leaving thank yous about what it meant to be there. And when I was there with the person doing the video, actually KHTS is helping us with the video, I was like moved to tears because I hadn't seen that, you know. And so our advocates are going to tell some stories, but our stories are of hope. And so that's kind of the thing. And we're going to have dancing, and the auction will be fun, and they're going to be winning some really cool prizes. So there'll be a really good energy there. And there is going to be a signature drink for St. Patrick's Day because, of course, a lot of people don't want to give up their St. Patrick's Day. So, but the other thing we want to get across here today too is though we are raising money for our shelter. We're raising money to feed and clothe and provide a roof over the head of people that are really running for their lives. That's really what happens out there. And so if that happens and you need some help, we do have a 24-hour hotline, and that is 661-259-4357. Again, it's 661-259-4357. And I want to thank you so much for letting us talk about the Great Escape today.
Thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
I know.
Since you've been in, but this awareness. Nicole, it was great to meet you.
Likewise.
Yeah, keep up the hard work.
Thank you so
and
much.
bringing this awareness that's not always talked about.
No.
But the hope and the positive future that so many, in many cases, women can see.
Yeah.
And that ray of sunshine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Those that want to reach out to you, the hotline?
The hotline number is 661-259-4357. And then the Great Escape is going to be happening on Friday, March 17th at the Hyatt. And with your ticket is $125, but with that ticket, you immediately get into a raffle that's going to be, a cruise is going to be the end result of that, which will be very cool.
Love it.
Yeah, and then you also, if you win, get to spend the night at the Hyatt that night and
even better.
Dance the night away.
Love it,
Okay,
love it.
so thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Linda Davies Nicole Feast from the Domestic Violence Center. Hope you enjoyed this edition of the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. I'm your host, Fred Arnold, on AM 1220 KHTS.